So we are speaking about God is not against me. Such is a broad statement, and it's also something that is controversial because you'd ask, why are you thinking that God is against us? Or how did you get in that line of thought? And I remember 2025, that's a statement that the Lord told me as I was struggling and I was waiting for Him in a certain thing. And He told me, Portia, I'm not against you. I'm with you through the course of life, and I'm here with you. And I've been studying the book of Job, and it has been also a place that I'm learning that, and I'm seeing that in the life of Job, and I'm just like, wow. So God, you're always here with us. And last time we spoke about, the Jesus we don't talk about, and this is a continuation to that. And I have learned several things in the life of Job, which includes like the depth to have a conversation in the midst of pain and to have deep conversation. I'm a person that loves to communicate, but there are moments that I tell myself, like, at this moment, I just don't want to speak. I just want to, like the devil may convince you to isolate yourself. But I see in Job that he's able to conversate regardless of his pains, and he through those conversations you see his position with God, and you see his love upon God and his trust upon God and his stand as a believer. And we all know about Job, like his, and God tend to boast about him, like he says, you can go to my son Job, he's not this kind, because he has material things, but he's here because he loves me. God knows the depth of love that Job has over him, and such is a place of honor, like God to take confidence in you. And I'm just reflecting, it has been in quite a beautiful journey in the place of learning, trust me. So I just wanted us to look into Job and look into his mindset. One thing I also learned about him is that he's not a man that took his trials and made and believed that God is against him. And he's a man that he did not become a a victim of the things that was happening to him. He was able to see God's sovereignty. He was able to see God's power. He was able to reflect on the goodness of God regardless of the trials that he's going through. And one thing that I've also tend to look in the book of Job is that, you know, this idea that struggle or trial is linked to sin, or you have done something bad to God, has been there throughout the ages. And it's one of the places that can make yourself, you can put yourself to the place of conviction, like, maybe this is going on because God hates me. Oh, maybe this is going on because God is not by my side. But you look at the scriptures and you look like the phrase of Job saying, yeah, maybe you have done something bad to God. Maybe you should just curse God and die. Maybe you should do this, and all the suggestions are in the depth that Job has done something wrong. But when you look at the beginning of the book of Job, you see that it's just God like taking confidence in his son, like, you can go to my son, but he will not stop loving me, he will not stop trusting me, because our love was not based on materialistic love, it was based on us. And it gets us to a statement that I also learned through my walk with Jesus Christ, like, he is the biggest treasure. Christ is the biggest treasure above everything. But you having Christ is the biggest treasure. So with us speaking so much, saying so much, I just want us to go into the scriptures and just see the mindset of Job and just learn from him. So we're going to lead first, we're going to lead Job 7 verses 17. And I'm just excited, and I'm sure the Lord is going to speak to you and you're going to experience him in such a way. So Job 7 verse 17, he says, what is mankind that you make so much of them, that you give them so much attention, in that you examine them every morning and test them every moment? Will you never look away from me or let me alone even for an instant? You see at God's knowledge God upon his life. He's able to see that God is constantly in check of me. God is so has so much attention about me. And if this God has so much this attention of me that every moment, every morning he looks up to me, I think those are the mindset that got him to a place that he's still regardless of going through struggles, regardless of going through scales. And he said that you examine them every morning and taste them every moment. Like he knew God that every morning that if I'm waking up, he has took his sight upon me. He has looked upon me and said, I'm a child. I'm looking over you. I'm watching over you. And one of the places that you see a place of intimacy of who Job was and how he got to a place to not think that God is against him is because of his knowledge about God. And we'll go to 10:10. That's Job 10:10, because we're in the book of Job. We're going to look into Job. So verses 10:10, it speaks of the nature of God and his focus on mankind. And you look at verses Job 10 verses 8 and says, your hands shaped me and made me. You now turn and destroy me. Remember that you molded me like clay. You now turn to dust again. Did you not pull me out like milk and cuddle me like cheese? Like, you see that he knows like the work that the Lord did upon his life. Like, he took time in making you. Like, he cuddled you like cheese. Like, you're so delicate, and he handled you with that so much love. So one of the moments that tends us to get to a place where we know that, God is not against me, is to have the knowledge of what kind of God he is, and to have a knowledge who he is into our lives. That settles you, is to have a chance to learn scripture and to see like what was his intention in the creation of who we are, in making me. Like, he cuddled me like cheese. That's a depth of knowledge that God loved me, and when he was structuring me and when he was making me, he took a gaze of love, he took an action of love. And you go up there, it said, your hands shaped me and made me. Like, I'm the structure of God's, I'm the work of Almighty. And when I look at these conversations, and mind you, these are the responses, the statements within the responses that he's giving to his friends, because his friends been telling him, you should examine yourself, you should get yourself to God, he will get to forgive you and everything. But he expresses his pain with the love and the knowledge of God. And I just want us to go fast forward to Job 16 verses 19. 16 verses 19, we just want to look at Job. I'm telling you, he's been inspiring me. Like, oh God, it was light and it was out of your true knowledge as God to boost in Job, because you really knew. And God really knew. He really knew what he was saying. Like, Job won't do this, will do this other way. When he was taking confidence in him, he knew. He truly knew. And maybe it's the story of our life. Like, he's taking confidence in us. When you're meeting things, maybe he's taking confidence in me. Like, he's boasting about me. Like, Bosh, I can do this. And you can do this. And why not look at life? Or why not take the confidence that God has upon us and live within that? I know life may not get easy. I know life may be so much get you in pain, but God is amazing. God is mighty, and he can carry us through all this because he knows the potential within us. When he says he'll never give us temptations or trials that are beyond us, he'll give us things that he knows that this, my daughter, my son, can go through this. And let's just look at 16:19 and say, even now my witness in heaven, my advocate is on high, my intercessor is my friend. As my eyes pour out tears to God, or on behalf of a man, he pleads with God as one pleads for a friend. And if we look into the scripture, we know that he's speaking about Jesus Christ, and he has the knowledge of Jesus Christ as his intercessor. He has the knowledge of Jesus Christ as his friend. And he says, I know My intercessor is my friend. In the one that brings my case is my friend. And he has an upper hand. You have an upper hand with a friend. You know it's a great connection if a friend is in a certain room and they're discussing who to put in place, and you are there in the list of people that are going to be put in that place. You know you have an upper hand. You know you have an advantage. And this is the knowledge of Job. And he knows, and even say, even now my witness in heaven, my advocate is on high. My intercessor is my friend. As my eyes pour out tears to God on behalf of man, he pleads with God as one pleads for a friend. That means in this season that I'm struggling, Jesus Christ is pleading for my grace. He's saying, oh, daddy, help Portia this way, help this child of yours this way. That means he's not against me. If he's advocating for me, he's not against me. If he's my friend, what pains me pains him. So I just want to give you this encouragement that, oh, God is for you. He's not against you. And there's this other song that keeps coming to my mind. God is not against me. He'll get you through this. He'll get you through every season of life. And it's also encouragement to me. It's an encouragement to me that he will get me through every season. He's not against me. And when you look at 79, and he says, nevertheless, the lashes will hold to their ways, and those with green hands will grow stronger. Like he knows. This person, the person that has lost his kids, has lost his properties, has lost his worth, has lost his everything that people assumed was prosperity. And he still stands and says, nevertheless, the lashes will hold on to their ways. They will not go astray. They will not assume that the Lord is against them. And he still completes the statement that those with green hands will grow stronger. I encourage you to read the book of Job, and the Lord is going to bless your life as the way he's blessing my life. And I'll keep who is this man? I'll ask the Holy Spirit, who is this man that he's so confident like this? And I go back to the conversation that the Lord had with the devil and say that, Job, my son, you look at him like he's boasting about it. You look at him, he loves me. So it's a two-way journey. Is a two-way love. God boosting Job, and Job boosting the ability of God. He is our advocate, and because he's our advocate, he's not against us. He's with us. So heads on and face every season in your life like God is not against me.